Hey everybody, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress, and in this lecture I'm going to show you the one weird trick to vertically align your content within any element. I hate clickbait. Gets me every time. Alright guys, what we're going to do now is vertically align this content here in our circles, as you can see here. Now, what's cool about this is there's a couple ways to vertically align content, and it's pretty difficult sometimes to vertically align your content. I know when I have been developing websites and I didn't know this trick, it's really frustrated me because I would use margin, or I'd position the element absolute and then just use a pixel value to vertically align, to make it look like it's vertically aligned. But what if I change the height of these elements? What if I change the height of the parent block level element? And then I have to go and change the absolute position. Or what if there's more content? What if I add more content and then now it's not actually vertically aligned anymore? Or what if the font doesn't load properly on a certain browser and then the font is just a bit bigger and then it drops on a new line? And it's so many things that kind of make it difficult to vertically align content within an element. And what I mean by vertically aligned, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is this is vertically aligned. It's like saying text aligned center, but from top to bottom. Because right here, it's easy to say text aligned center instead of left or right. But I want it in the center vertically, like this. So when I add my text, you could see here, it's at the top. Minus a few styling issues, which we'll fix. It's just stuck here at the top, but I want it here, and I want it to always stay in the center no matter how big or small that freaking circle is. So we're going to use this cool trick that will solve that issue for you forever. So please pay attention to this lecture, because when I found out this trick, I thought, why didn't I know this before? Open up that code editor, my friend, right here and under your instructor. We're going to select instructor and num, and then span. So we're just going to do a little styling to make it look a little sexier first. Display block. So span elements are by default inline. We want that to be a block. And then the font size, we want it to be smaller. And the font weight, normal. So let's just have a look. Okay, that looks a bit better. Perfect. Okay, now back. Above that, let's select instructor, num, and num content. Remember, in our HTML markup, we have the num element, and then inside num, we have num content. And that's because this is what we're going to do here. We're going to say display will be table cell and vertical align middle. Now, before you go and check anything, in order for this table cell display to work, its parent, num, needs to be display table. Right now, num is display block. No. Display table. We need to make the num element act like it's a table. And now that it acts like a table, we can say, let's make its child, num content, like a table cell, and we can vertically align the content within that table cell. That's what's neat about this, because we don't code in tables anymore for layouts, we lost the access to easily vertically align things. Those of you who are old school and coded in tables, you might have thought like, oh, totally, why don't you just vertically align it like in a table? But for those of us who've been learning web development past the time when you would use tables for layouts, this trick is kind of forgotten, because who uses tables for layouts? Nobody. At least you shouldn't be. But this is the trick. Make sure the parent is a display table, and then you need to have an extra element within that. Display it table cell, vertical line middle. Check this magic out. Holy moly. That's amazing. Perfect. The only thing is, it looks like there's maybe a little bit of a line height issue. So why don't we go back and fix that? So in here, let's just put it above our height, between our color and height here. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to say here, line height, 24 pixels, because right now it's probably at about 30 or a bit more. So that should fix it. Man, oh man, that looks good. Perfect. Well, there you go. There's the secret trick. The one weird trick to make sure all of your content is vertically aligned. And hopefully you love it. and are excited about it, make note of it. And I'll see you in the next lecture, because then we're going to start coding our testimonials section, and then we're almost done, and then we'll start jumping into our other pages. See you there, friendos.